I make over $40,000 per month through course creation, and I'm going to give you $1 million Chat GPT course idea. So here is what you're going to do. The first thing you have to do is understand that Chat GPT is not saturated. If you have seen a bunch of content about Chat GPT come up on your TikTok, it's because you just are interacting with that content. But when I tell you majority of the world, not to mention the country, does not know that Chat GPT exists or how it can be utilized, and I'm telling you it'll be a couple of years before everybody really catches on to how powerful this is, that is the truth. So none of the, oh, this is going to be too saturated comments. Now, here's what you're going to do. You're not going to create a course about how to use Chat GPT. That is ridiculous, and it's way too broad, and it's going to take way too long for you to really attract an ideal client. What we're going to do is niche down and focus on helping a particular customer receive a particular outcome utilizing Chat GPT, in general AI, especially for those who don't even know what Chat GPT is. We're just going to say artificial intelligence in order to get a specific result. This is amazing because Chat GPT is still pretty all over the place in terms of actually helping people do specific things. It can kind of help anyone do anything, which is really overwhelming for someone who doesn't speak tech. And so many people really don't even have any idea how they can utilize it, which is why they would get a course from you teaching them how to make a process that they already have more efficient. I'm going to give you a couple ideas of how you can do this. One is in the resume and job interview space. Using Chat GPT, you can not only refresh and redo your entire resume and optimize it, you can also optimize it for specific keywords that match a job description. You can also optimize your cover letter to match your resume and to be customized for a specific company. So you can literally teach them how to do all of that and have the course be something like 100 applications in 3 hours, where you're teaching people you can apply to 100 different jobs with customized resumes within 3 hours utilizing AI. In this course, I'm going to teach you how. You could go diet and fitness, how to build your own custom meal plan and workout plan based on your own dietary needs, and even the food that you have in your kitchen cabinet. You can literally use Chat GPT to insert all the ingredients you have, recipes, dietary restrictions, to make even workout plans for you using your mobility issues and stuff, and considering all of that. Teach people how to really unlock their fitness and be their own personal trainer or advisor using Chat GPT. You could teach something called like 1 hour workday, where you're teaching people in a specific profession how to utilize Chat GPT to get done all the tasks that they have for an entire day in just a single hour using the power of AI. You could also reach out to business owners, teach them how to create ads for their business or how to create blog posts in order to bring in more traffic. Reach out to content creators, create a course teaching them how to optimize their content creation using artificial intelligence to generate ideas. And if you start today, you could literally have $1 million course creation business by this time next year. I've worked at Kajabi as a client success specialist, and I have seen it happen. If you want to apply to work with me to create, sell, launch, and market that course, then you can look on my page, apply for the training, and if you get accepted, you'll have the opportunity to enroll. See you there.
Do you want to get better output and responses from Chat GPT? I'm going to break down exactly how to go about crafting a prompt that will give you the best output for what you're looking for. So let's dive right in. First off, I think you should start every single prompt with, I want you to act as. This is where you convey to ChatGPT the exact context it's operating under. So you could say, I want you to act as a personal trainer. I want you to act as an advertiser. I want you to act as a travel guide. In this example, I'm going to say, I want you to act as an advertiser. The next sentence of your prompt should start with, I will. This is where you set the relationship between you and ChatGPT and what data you will provide it. So back to my example, I said, I will give you a product and the target customer. Now the next part of the prompt should start with you will. This is where you lay out the goals for ChatGPT and exactly what the output should be. So back to my example, I said, you will create a campaign to promote the product. You will choose the product slogan, channels for promotion, the key messaging, and the brand guidelines. Now this is the opportunity to get as specific as you want. My prompt is pretty basic, but if I wanted to get more specific around the messaging should be funny or anything else specific to the goal of the outcome, this is where you would include that. Next off, you put in your request. So now I'm putting in my first request, which is a product, which is a new type of candy that looks like rocks and tastes like fruit. That's all I could come up with. Target audience is young adults age 15 to 23. Now at this point, we have a pretty good basic prompt. We've laid out our goals, we've laid out what we want out of the output, and we've laid out the relationship between me and ChatGPT. At this point, I'm gonna see what it spits out. Now, if you wanna see the output, you could pause the video, take a look, and here's the rest of it. In future videos, I'll break down more complex prompt engineering. And I'll also talk more about how you can fine tune the output to get it exactly where you want it to be and how it can actually remember the way that you fine tuned it.
Ask ChatGPT to pretend it's an expert at something and see the difference in answers. So part 1 of the experiment, I asked ChatGPT, teach me how to convince a new client to accept higher prices. The answers I got were very basic, nothing extraordinary, did not blow my mind at all. You can see it says things like, be confident, build trust, address any objections. Basic stuff. And then I asked ChatGPT, pretend that you're a former FBI hostage negotiator. Teach me some psychological tricks to convince a client to accept a new price. And just check out these answers. This is some really impressive list of psychological tricks. See, it has things like anchoring, which basically means you start with a higher price, and then if you lower the price, the new price seems more appealing. Things like scarcity, so you show that there is very limited availability of the product. Loss aversion, social proof, reciprocity. Number 4, offer them something of value for free, so then they are more likely to accept the price. So definitely impressive stuff. The summary is ask ChatGPT to pretend that they're an expert at something. Ask them to take on a role, and you'll see the answers are so much more interesting.
People are hating on this Chat GPT, this new AI that can literally almost do anything for you. And let me tell you why this is so powerful. Like, I literally might even cry. So I asked, my landlord won't give me my deposit back and I did nothing wrong. Can you write a letter to them demanding my deposit back, or I will take legal action? Before I read this, I want you to think of every scenario that this can help someone. Free legal work. This is what it gave me in 2 seconds. Dear landlord, I'm requesting the immediate return of my security deposit in the amount of deposit. I have fulfilled all of my obligations as a tenant, including maintaining the rental property in good condition and paying my rent on time. I have not caused any damage to the property beyond normal wear and tear, and I have provided you with a forwarding address where you can send the deposit. As you are aware, I vacated the property on date of move-out date in accordance with the terms of the lease agreement. I have consistently paid my rent on time. If you do not return my deposit within blank days of receiving this letter, I will be forced to take legal action to recover the funds.
Making $10,000 with Chat GPT, guys. If you haven't been living under a rock, you would know what Chat GPT is. It's actually one of the most craziest softwares I've ever seen on planet Earth. And you can become a millionaire just using Chat GPT, I guarantee you. Just for the people that don't know what Chat GPT is, it's basically an automation tool that helps you write things, but basically giving a command. If you tell the Chat GPT, that's like an automation tool, you tell them, hey, write a story about a kid selling lemons down the street and then getting hit by an alligator. I don't know. They'll write a full narration of that specific thing that you just told him to write about. So now think about that. Now, let's say, for example, a client has paid you $1,000 to write all the information about his websites or about his copy for his website funnel, sales pitch, whatever. You say, hey, ChatGPT, help me write a persuasive paragraph of why someone should join a training program or a training coaching program from a trainer that lives in California that is selling his program. I don't know, something like that. So you basically get the ChatGPT to write you a persuasive paragraph, and that at that point you present it to the dude and be like, hey, do you like this? No? Boom. You go back to ChatGPT, fix the problems that he doesn't like, and then get it again. So at that point, you're having a robot do the work for you. It costs $0, right? It literally costs, it's $0 freaking dollars. The ChatGPT just builds the freaking paragraphs. All you gotta do is just keep presenting it to the guy and until he freaking likes it. Now at that point, you're basically a copywriter, but you're using an artificial intelligence to do the work for you. Now imagine if you had 10 clients that all paid you $500, $1,000 every single month to handle all of their copywriting for their websites, their emails, everything. At that point, you're gonna make disgusting amounts of money because this money keeps flowing right into your bank account. All you got to do is just write things on freaking Chat GPT. The next thing you know, you're sending it over to your clients. Your clients are freaking so happy, like, oh my God, Steven's the best freaking marketer ever. Now guys, start a Chat GPT agency. Thank me freaking later. If you want to learn how to do it, click the link in my bio. I'll get on a call with you. I'll show you how to do it for free.
Here's why I don't use Chat GPT, but I do use OpenAI Playground. Exhibit number 1, it's always at high demand, but not OpenAI Playground. So it's important to understand the difference between OpenAI Playground and ChatGPT 3. OpenAI Playground allows you to train models. It allows you to really hone in on specific outputs that you want it. It's not as much of a conversational bot as it is an extra assistant or an employee almost within your business. With ChatGPT 3, you can have conversations with it, you can have it make updates to text, do different things like that. But with OpenAI, you can literally have it do exactly what you want, provide it the exact instructions, update and change the different settings on how, creative you want the responses to be. And then once you train it, you can literally get the same answers and outputs every single time by just changing a few keystrokes. So for example, if you go to ChatGPT 3 and type in, create me 5 TikTok ideas, it's going to create, good ideas, but you're sitting there thinking, oh, this thing doesn't really understand how TikTok works, but if I provide it with relevant ideas that I know of and that I could, let's say, Google, I can then input it into the OpenAI Playground and then input some different text to have it spit out highly qualified ideas. So for example, I wanted it to create some TikTok ideas for my business, so now you can see showcase how customers use Marketing Mate, create a series of videos of how to make the most of your automated processes with Marketing Mate. I'll probably do that. Try out a duet video featuring yourself explaining the benefits of using automation software like Marketing Mate. Could definitely do that. Perform a voiceover to some random audio while discussing why automating is important for business. Could definitely do that. So I'd say ChatGPT 3 gets you, 30, 50, 60% of the way there, but OpenAI Playground can get you 70, 80, 90% of the way there.
The more you use ChatGPT, the more you realize that a lot of the content it generates is pretty generic, which is fine. I mean, what more can you expect? And that can be super useful if you're just trying to scam your way through school or something, but I couldn't really see how that would help me at my actual job in my day-to-day life. And so today I took a new approach at working with it. Instead of trying to get it to create content for me, I've started to think of it more like this really smart coworker that just sits right beside me. So whenever I have something on the tip of my tongue, or I'm looking for the perfect way to phrase something, or I've, forgotten a word for something, I can just quickly bounce over and ask. So take a look. These are the kinds of questions I've been asking it throughout the day. In retrospect, they make me feel kind of stupid, but on days where I'm feeling foggy, I just don't want to get caught up on stuff like this. And it's definitely not perfect, but it is an instant response, which is so valuable to me. So yes, the examples I shared are very underwhelming, but what's interesting here is the method of interaction, having this little sidekick. I think that's the future of Chat GPT for now, and this could be huge as an enterprise software. Also, if you work for clients or even do work internally, this should go without saying. Don't upload any sensitive data to this thing. Just be very careful if you choose to use this at work.
All right, so most people have heard of Chat GPT by now, but I found something even better. So this tool is called Chat Sonic, and it's like GPT, except it's up to date. Look at this. I asked them a question, will the Vikings win the NFC North? And it gave me an up-to-date answer. Who is remaining in the World Cup? Up-to-date answer. And even write me a workout plan based on the knees over toes philosophy, and it did. That is insane. All right, what should I type in next?
If you're one of those people that thought ChatGPT was like, not that great, humans are fine, this is the model that ChatGPT was trained on, GPT-3. GPT-4 is about to come out, and this is the amount of data that it was trained on. I don't think people comprehend the astronomical rate of improvement that AI tools will have. They will outpace everyone way sooner than you think. Get on board or get left behind.
I have a PSA for anybody who's become a ChatGPT power user in the last few weeks. You can use the same technology through Zapier with their new integration. This means you can connect it to writing blog posts, tweets, texting it, writing recipes, like literally any of the things that you've been doing through ChatGPT, you can now build and automate yourself. Yeah, you're welcome.
OpenAI just released another program that might be more impressive than Chat GPT. You probably already know about text-to-image AI programs like DALL-E 2 or DeepAI, but this new tool takes that technology to the next level. It's called Point E, and while it works like other text-to-image programs, instead of generating a simple image, Point E produces a 3D model, which can be used in video games, animations, and can even be 3D printed. And while it's not perfect, as with any other AI, it will get way better over time. Let me know what you think down in the comments.
Here's how we got Chat GPT to code us an AI trading bot that made a 1,300% profit completely on autopilot. We asked Chat GPT if it could create a trading strategy that incorporates Bollinger Bands and Fibonacci retracements. Within seconds, the AI started writing complex PineScript code that a developer would have charged us thousands for and hours to make. It even gave us a breakdown and guide on how to use the AI trading bot. We copied the code from Chat GPT into the TradingView PineScript editor and made a few edits. And just like that, it resulted in a 1,300% return. Make sure you save this video and follow us for daily trading content just like this.